And welcome back, picking where we left off last time in Subnautica. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to change which blueprints we have pinned. So we don't need the solar panel anymore. Don't need the hatch anymore. Got a hatch on the place. Don't need the multi-purpose room anymore. I think we have enough foundations. We don't need the foundation there anymore. We are going to need to set up... What a reinforced suit back on the list. Are going to need to set up a bioreactor. And where is the bioreactor? There's the bioreactor. So, our thing that we're doing here right now is we're getting the stuff we need for that bioreactor before we head back out. It should be fairly easy. There's a wiring kit, which is 2 silver and a biolubricant. Okay, we'll have to go out for the lubricant, but that'll be quick. Grabbing some potential water while we're out here, because our character's getting a little thirsty. And what we need for the lubricant. I'm going to hope that we can source biological material to run the bioreactor relatively close on site, so I'm not going to go out of the way to grab stuff to throw in the bioreactor. So apparently my attempts to grab my character's lunch is being what it needs to be. There we go. Couple fish to eat. Couple fish to turn into water. Into our non-vegan water. And there's a lubricant. And we're going to need more titanium, but we can get the titanium here from harvesting some scrap that we already had in storage. Okay, let's head over there. So, hop in the sea mouth, and off we go.
All systems online.
Somehow I'm going to have to armor the hull up so we can take a little bit more damage from running into things. Because I have a little bit of a bad habit of running into things. At speed. And the smaller fish don't really damage the ship, but the bigger ones do. quickly driving over here. 700 meters out, of which 300 of those is actually down. It's making good time. I'm not sure if we interacted with this crash. Oh no, we probably have. Okay, so we know we got no power here.
Oxygen
Wrong one.
production offline.
Alright, there we go. And then got some tiger seed plant to toss in there. With that, we have power! For as long as the bioreactor
All primary systems online.
can spend powering the thing. Actually, no, oops. Needed that table coral. Oops-a-daisy. We got another one, that's not a problem. We'll just have to go back to base to get a third one. Yeah, I think we'll get a third one.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Interior knowledgeable, which is the fabricator. We're going to want a fabricator here. And we worked out that the solar panel isn't going to work, so let's take the solar panel off the roof. Oh, I used the gold up on something. There's probably gold around here. Toss some more samples in the reactor. So we make glass, we can make copper wire. Okay, some more quartz for more glass hasn't been too hard down here. Oh, there's rubies. We know we want those. Don't have the special equipment to harvest the big nodes. There's another ruby. Lead. We're looking for power cell charger fragment. Okay, already had one of those, so it's just titanium scrap, basically. Okay, before I get too lost, I should get back to the sea moth.
30 seconds.
I may have already gotten too lost. Whoops. Oh yes.
Oxygen.
This is not a swim to the surface situation game. This is a swim to the local base and breathe, if that is the case, and it isn't. So I think it's going to dump me in the last habitat we were in, which was the one down there. So that wasn't much of a setback other than the loss of items. Like I lost the rubies. Which isn't honestly that bad. Because we know this is the habitat where we get the rubies. Okay. Let's take the sea moth with us. This time, let's be smart and bring the vehicle with us. So, we know for something we need 3 rubies. We'll yoink some rubies. And we're looking for gold and a coral. We're not going to find the coral down here, to be fair. Why find the gold? Let me try to nibble on the ship. You didn't find it nibble, at least. Silver ore, not what we're looking for. Gel sack. Not sure what that does. Scan it, see if that gives us a good idea. Nope.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Warning, maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Okay, quickly prepare this. Take a little bit of a look around this biome, and then we'll set out. Gabe's feather. Blood divine. Those seem the deep mushrooms we need. Yes. Blood oil. Okay. Those supposed to be fairly big. Blood oils. Because we got empty space, we just don't have a lot of empty space. Oops. Okay, we're back in this area. The crack we're looking for should be fairly nearby. Didn't necessarily pick the smartest place to put an expansion up. Just felt that this would be... No, we're going the wrong way. A place that would be different enough to warrant having a scanner room in the area. Alright, let me get out and fix it before we break the ship. Next crack over, okay. Yeah, next crack over. Copper ore. So we're technically looking for a piece of gold as well. That we haven't found.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Setting up a locker. So we can put stuff away, so we don't lose them. I think we needed the ruby over the other location. So we can set up glass, which I'm not sure we need. Aerogel. We may need that for something. Gel sack plus ruby. Okay. We now have, including the ones back at the base, we now have enough of the high deep shrooms to make a soul, or to make a hydrochloric. Which, if we combine that with the gold that we got, allows us to make the polyaniline. Forget exactly what I needed that polyaniline for. Something, I suspect. So the scanner room, we need gold and coral. Pretty sure down here is not a place to find coral. So let's tightail it back to where we know we have coral as an option. To get that coral we need. Because I accidentally threw a piece of coral in the bioreactor. And we can grab some gold while they're... Grab gold, grab salt. Come back. If we get the scanner room working, we can see what is scannable in the local area. Which, in a way, is actually more interesting than necessarily scanning the stuff. Weird as that might sound. I think we're making good time back to base. Well, I suppose, other than getting out and riding the Sea Glade, there isn't any faster way for me to go from place to place right now, so... Go at the speed we go. Well, I suppose one thing is we could get a prawn suit set up. Though, figuring out how to deploy that quickly to any place is going to be a pain. I think walking there is not really feasible option. And I doubt it fits in this transport. I think we need the bigger ship. And I need a bigger boat.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Do a quick battery swap over here. I think it was the modification system that wanted the ruby. Okay, Mark III requires 3 ruby and a plasteel ingot, which isn't that bad. We haven't found the magnite for the 2 yet. So let's not go rushing off to figure out what we're using with that ruby with then. There's probably upgrades that we need it for. Any lower tier upgrades that we need it for? Gas torpedo, vortex torpedo. Oh, we need aniline for some of this stuff. Depth module for the prawn suit, okay. Enamel glass, if we wanted the soul charge thing. Aniline for perimeter defense. Okay, so we definitely do want the aniline, because we want to set up some perimeter defense. And aerogel wouldn't be bad. If we wanted to put some weaponry on our ship here. Okay. So yeah, we don't need the rubies right now, so let's put those away. Did need some gold, so we'll grab some gold. Oh, we needed a... Well, we grabbed 2 more deep shrooms, so with the 3rd one we got the deep shrooms. We need a salt. We've got a salt, I'm just gonna grab a salt. One hydrochloric acid coming right up. 1 polyaniline coming right up. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what I want to use that polyaniline on. Just that I know I wanted one. Oh, and we also came here for coral. Pop out and grab some of the coral samples while we're here. Okay, we need aerogel and copper wire for that. And we worked out what we need for aerogel. Oh, and I needed a ruby for that, so we'll have to go get another ruby. There we go. Every once in a while, this should just make some water. Filtration possible. Progress 1% water, 3% salt. Okay, so it makes salt quicker than water, apparently. Which I suppose isn't surprising, because it is in seawater. So we don't need another bioreactor or fabricator. Yeah, mainly looking to potentially set up a scanner room. Let's get the rest of the parts before we go ahead and end this portion. So we need some more titanium, and we need some more copper. We can use our existing scanner room to scan for the stuff we're missing. Oh, I forget if it's limestone or sandstone. I think it's sandstone that we're looking for. Either way, it should be fairly common. And what we're looking for is the common one right now, so... Anyway, the fact that seems surprisingly more complicated to get to than I would have expected is maybe an indication I've selected the wrong one. Yeah, I think I selected the wrong one. Yeah, no, definitely not gold. Wrong one, guys. That's why it's so hard to find them. Because we've selected the harder of the two. To find, the rarer of the two. So I'm gonna go tell the scanner room that it needs to swap to the other one. I grabbed a bladder fish. I'm gonna quickly cook the bladder fish up for some water. While waiting for the scanner room to swap over to the right thing. Yeah, we just need one piece of copper right now. We can go get the scanner room set up in the next part. There we go. Limestone chunks. Should be at least, hopefully, a little bit easier to get to. Titanium, not what we're looking for. But it's one of the three things that I think falls out of the limestone chunks, so... There we go. Copper's fairly common, so while we got this thing up, I will try to grab a few copper's somewhat common for requirements, so we'll grab a couple extra. Oh, the inventory's full. Yeah, we'll just head back to base. Well, I say we head back to base. We'll get ready to head out. That's I think what we'll do.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Got water, we got health packs. Arguably, we got too many health packs. That's why we're running a little low on inventory space. A couple of these away. Yeah, I think we're good to head out. So, looking at the time, if you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. We're going to go set up the new scanner room, and we're going to see what we can scan in the next part. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break and then get right back to it. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. Bye for now.